What's up, Steelers Nation? We're back with another exclusive update from training camp and the preseason grind. And let me tell you, this team is focused on one thing: getting better every single day. From top to bottom, the Pittsburgh Steelers are leaving no stone unturned as they look to bounce back in a big way in 2025, whether it's installing a smarter game plan, developing rookies, or making sure veterans are fresh and ready to go. This organization is in championship mode. Before we dive deep into today's updates, which include Aaron Rodgers, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Chris Boswell, and some eye-opening contract talks, do us a huge favor. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an update from the black and gold. All right, let's talk football. This Saturday night, the Steelers kick off their preseason opener against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and while fans are pumped to see the new-look squad, some of the team's biggest names will be watching from the sideline. That includes quarterback Aaron Rodgers, linebacker TJ Watt, defensive tackle Cam Hayward, new wide receiver DK Metcalf now, before anyone panics. Head coach Mike Tomlin made it very clear, this is not about injuries, it's about strategy. They need less runway to take off, to be quite honest with you, because of their experience and where they are in their careers, Tomlin said. I preserve them through this process while providing more opportunity for those that need more preparation or more opportunity to display their talents. Translation: Rodgers, Watt, and Hayward already know how to fly. Preseason isn't for them. It's about evaluating depth and giving young players their shot. Interestingly enough, Aaron Rodgers actually wanted to suit up. The future Hall of Famer, entering his first season in Pittsburgh, told the media he was open to getting a few reps. But Tomlin, he wasn't having it. With Rodgers locked in as QB1, and especially after rookie QB Will Howard broke a finger earlier, this week, Tomlin opted to keep Rodgers on the bench healthy and ready for Week 1. It stinks for Howard, for sure, Rodgers said. He's had such a nice camp. He's been commanding the offense and really learning. But this year is a growth year for him. This should just be a minor setback. Rodgers is clearly embracing his role as a mentor, and even though he won't play Saturday, he'll be heavily involved in helping the team's other QBs like Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and new signing Logan Woodside navigate game reps. As for Will Howard, the 6th-round pick out of Ohio State, who helped lead them to a national title last year, there's good news. Despite breaking a finger in Tuesday's practice, he's not expected to need surgery. It's a setback, yes, but it won't derail his development this season, with Rodgers mentoring him. And with the Steelers not rushing him into action, this is still a valuable year of growth for Howard behind the scenes. Here's where things get very interesting. Steelers Nation. Earlier this offseason, Pittsburgh locked up TJ Watt with a blockbuster deal, 3 years, $123 million, making him the highest-paid defensive player in NFL history. But that massive deal might have opened the door to a couple of other contract concerns, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Both Cam Hayward and Chris Boswell are now seeking raises. Let's break it down. Hayward, now entering his 15th NFL season, all with the Steelers, signed a 2-year, $29 million extension just last year. 2024 season, he's being paid like the 36th highest-paid defensive lineman in the league, 36th. There aren't 35 defensive linemen better than Cam Hayward. There might not even be 10. Yes, he's 36 years old, but he's still one of the most consistent and impactful defenders in the game, and a locker room leader. With Watt getting his payday, you can understand why Cam might be thinking, where's my respect? And then there's kicker Chris Boswell. Look, Boswell has been a rock for this team. Through all the offensive ups and downs, he's been clutch, reliable, calm, under pressure. Now in 2025, he's set to be the 16th highest-paid kicker in the league and was the lowest paid in the AFC North last season. Let that sink in. With Justin Tucker retired, Boswell could very well be the best kicker in the NFL right now. He's automatic from nearly anywhere given how many games come down to 3 points or less. His value can't be overstated. Here's the bottom line. Pittsburgh has over $30 million in salary cap space. They've made bold moves this offseason, trading for Rodgers, adding DK Metcalf, but they still have plenty of financial flexibility. So, the question is, will they do right by Hayward and Boswell? You've got two veterans, two leaders, two of the most dependable players in the building, underpaid compared to their peers, and still playing at a high level. Some insiders believe deals could get done before Week 1, but nothing is guaranteed, so here's the deal. The Pittsburgh Steelers have what many are calling one of the best draft classes in football going into the 2025 season. You've got Derek Harmon, the explosive first-round defensive talent Caleb Johnson, the powerful Iowa running back who slipped to the third round. Then there's our guy, Will Howard, the sixth-round quarterback out of Kansas State and Ohio State. Let's be real, landing Will Howard that late was one of the biggest steals of the entire draft. He led Ohio State to a national championship just last year, and fans were hyped to see him make his debut this Saturday night against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But, unfortunately, training camp had other plans. Earlier this week, Howard reportedly suffered a broken hand during Tuesday's practice session. Initial reports suggested he could be out for the entire preseason, which would have been a major setback for a rookie looking to prove himself. But wait, there's good news. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin spoke with the media and gave us a promising update on Howard's status. Here's what he said. I would characterize it as week to week at this juncture. When asked if Howard could still suit up in the preseason, Tomlin didn't hesitate. Certainly, he replied. That one word, certainly, might be the most encouraging thing Steelers fans have heard all week. Let's be honest, barring injuries, Will Howard wasn't going to see the field during the regular season, with Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph ahead of him on the depth chart. This year is all about development. But the preseason, that was his shot. His chance to run the offense, make mistakes, and show Steelers Nation that the future at quarterback is in very good hands. Now that he's only considered week to week, there's hope that Howard could return by preseason week, maybe even sooner. That means his rookie year isn't a total redshirt, and fans might still get a glimpse of what he can do under the lights, even while he recovers. Howard is in an ideal situation. He's got Aaron Rodgers, a four-time MVP, a future Hall of Famer, in the quarterback room with him every day. He's got Mason Rudolph, a steady veteran who knows the system and the city like the back of his hand. Both are expected to serve as key mentors for the young quarterback, and Howard is already soaking up everything he can. Rodgers even said he's been impressed with Howard's command of the offense during minicamp and early practices. That's saying a lot now. With Howard sidelined, the Steelers acted quickly and added depth. They announced the signing of Logan Woodside, a veteran QB who's familiar with offensive coordinator Arthur Smith from their time together in Atlanta and Tennessee. Woodside will be the fourth-string quarterback until Howard returns, and he might see action this Saturday in Jacksonville. But the main guy to watch, Skylar Thompson, the former Dolphins QB, is expected to play most of the first half. Both he and Woodside are competing for that emergency backup role, and with Rodgers and Rudolph sitting this one out, it's their time to shine. So keep your eyes glued to that QB play this weekend. This injury to Howard changes the short-term outlook for Pittsburgh, but it also highlights the importance of having depth at quarterback. Rodgers is here for 1 year. Rudolph's contract situation isn't set in stone, and Will Howard might just be the quarterback of the future. That's why it's so important to get him healthy. Get him some reps this preseason, and start laying the foundation for what's to come. Because whether it's in 2026 or beyond, Howard could be the next guy to lead the black and gold. All right, Steelers Nation, you've heard the breakdown now. It's your turn to weigh in. Here are the questions we want you to answer in the comments too. 1. Do you agree with Mike Tomlin's decision to sit Rodgers, Watt, and Hayward in the preseason opener? 2. Should the Steelers give Cam Hayward a raise even at 36 years old? 3. Is Boswell the most underrated kicker in football right now? This is one of those moments where the fan base can really shape the conversation, so don't be shy. We read every single comment. And before you go, remember, like this video if you want to see Cam and Boswell get the respect and the contracts they deserve. Subscribe to the channel for exclusive Steelers content all season long. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're first to know every time big news breaks. Until next time, stay loud, stay loyal, and remember, here we go, Steelers, here we go.